Hi, everybody. This is Saad on a Saturday evening. Just came back from my usual deep dive into a used bookstore to find more books, as if I need more books, given the huge personal library that I have with many, many hundreds of books yet to be read. But I wanted to mention a couple of things about the importance of reading and the importance of books and so on. Uh, my last undergraduate class of the semester happened earlier this past week, and one of the students came up to me at the end of the class and said, "Can you offer me some advice as to how to better myself and so on?" And I said, "Well, I've got three key prescriptions. Number one, read. Number two, read, and number three, read." Some of you may have heard me mention in the past uh, the oft referenced finding that the biggest predictor of a child's success is the number of books that are in the home. Uh, in any case, I wanted today to tie that into something that just happened at the bookstore where I was looking for these gems. Before I do that, I wanted to let me just mention it's about Leonardo da Vinci, one of my big heroes for many, many reasons. But I want to discuss a little passage from, so this is in my latest book, The Saad Truth About Happiness. I really, truly would love if you guys would consider getting a copy. It is such a fun book, so optimistic, so, personal anecdotes, ancient wisdoms, contemporary science dealing with happiness, well-being, and so on, which is something that is particularly apropos as we enter the holiday season. So on page 120, this is in the chapter where I'm talking about variety as the spice of life, and then in brackets, sometimes I'm talking about intellectual variety seeking. So let me just read you a passage, and then I'll link it to my latest book acquisition. Forgive me. Back in 2014, I wrote a Psychology Today column listing the 10 historical figures I would invite to a party, and I asked people on social media to offer their own lists. The two most popular responses were Albert Einstein and Charles Darwin. Here are mine in no particular order: Charles Darwin, Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, Galileo Galilei, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Leonardo da Vinci, Maimonides, and King Solomon. If I had to put one guest above the others, it would be Da Vinci, because he was the ultimate Renaissance man, a polymath extraordinaire interested in anatomy, botany, and cartography, who made astounding contributions as a painter, engineer, scientist, sculptor, and architect. Some of his sketches were prophetic of future inventions, like the machine gun and the helicopter. A copy of Da Vinci's famous drawing, The Vitruvian Man, hangs in our bedroom in honor of this great man's intellectual and artistic achievements. We also have another sketch painting by Da Vinci in our bedroom. Now, why am I saying that? Of course, is because this is a copy of the first ever biography on Da Vinci that I bought. If memory serves me right, I got this one, I think it was maybe when I was a visiting professor at Dartmouth. I had found this incredible used bookstore, sort of like an entire barn and house, and I think I got it there. I'm not actually, no, I am wrong. I'm such an idiot. I am such an idiot. No, I just looked at the inscription. This is a book that my former doctoral student had given me as a gift, and then he has a beautiful inscription on the inside, which I won't read because it's private. I'm such an idiot. I confuse it with another book. Anyway, so here's that. Now, that's one. Now you would think, okay, once I've read that book on Da Vinci, we're good. But that wasn't enough. I was giving a talk at USC this past March, and I ended up going to the last bookstore in downtown LA. It was really fun because I had to also avoid getting gang raped by homeless people. But that's just part of the cultural enrichment of downtown LA, because Democrats just generally, manage cities better because they're progressive. And so I got this book. Oh my, oh my. So the first one is Leonardo, the First Scientist by Michael White. And again, to the former doctoral student who is himself a senior professor now. Thank you for that incredible gift, and for especially for the inscription inside. The second book by Charles Nicholl, Leonardo da Vinci, Flights of the Mind, right here. And as if that's not enough, so today I walk into the used bookstore that I was at, and I asked, "Hey, can I? Do you have the latest biography on by Walter Isaacson on Elon Musk?" Because someone had suggested that I read it. I'll mention who it is. That was actually Drew Pinsky. And they said no. I said, okay, well, you know what? He's written a lot of other good biographies. I'm particularly interested in the Da Vinci. Do you have the Da Vinci biography by Walter Isaacson? So he said, well, it could only be in one of two places, either in biographies or in artist biographies. Well, it wasn't in biographies, but then he comes to me and he goes, look what I have. Oh my. Oh my. Leonardo da Vinci by Walter Isaacson. And so I said to him, well, here's my problem. I already have two massive biographies on Da Vinci. He's one of my heroes. What do I do? He said, well, that's a no-brainer. Just get it. So here you go. So never mind about loving books. Never mind about loving to read. How about having... Look at this. Look at this. 3 biographies by Da Vinci. And I hope to have enough time in life to actually not only read those 3 biographies, but to read all of the books in my personal library. It just seems like an affront to human reason to actually not have all of that knowledge somehow imparted into my brain. And so if I can offer you any advice, read, read, read. Right? What makes someone interesting? Well, there are many facets to making someone interesting, but to the extent that people pay you money so that you write books, pay you money so that they can hear you speak, pay you money so that they can, be at an event with you, that comes from the fact that you're interesting and you have things to say. And that those interesting things that you have to say didn't just magically enter your brain. It came from, long hours where you sat and you nourished your mind. So if there, 2 things you need to do is have a healthy mind and a healthy body. And a healthy mind needs to be nourished with knowledge. So go out there and read. Cheers, everybody.